What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Hey, you guys already know what it is, man. Look, we back at it. Another fire episode for you guys today. Hope you guys can hear me. No, we should be good. Listen, we're gonna talk about where Mike been. I know I got multiple videos talking about that. Like, I go ghost for like 6 months, or I go ghost for like 3 months. You're trying to be consistent on the social media game is one difficult, and two, man, things change, man, and sometimes you got to pivot. For the ones that knew me earlier, you guys knew that I was doing truck driving for a while. However, I decided to pivot to something different, something I actually care about and love, and that's real estate, man. Look, I didn't think I was gonna become a real estate agent or even decide I wanted to be a sales agent at all. But the more and more I leaned and learned more about real estate, the more and more it just intrigued me, and I wanted to know the ins and outs of becoming a sales agent, man. Sales agent. So you guys know me, man. Look, I don't gatekeep. I don't do any of that good stuff. So you're definitely gonna be able to get the great information from me personally because I'm not gonna hold anything. So there's things that I've learned that I know is beneficial to most, and I also know there's people who have, they're skeptic, have their reserves about working with real estate agents. They have a reserve about, well, they're getting paid a good commission just to sell me a home for one time. What are they really doing for me? And let me tell you, man. Look, they do a lot. And what I will tell you is, you do have the opportunity to do like anything else in the world. This is a free country. Sell your own home. Sell your own home. That's fine. However, when you leave money on the table, when you open yourself up for potential lawsuits, when you don't know about certain laws, I mean, there's a lot of education that realtor or that sales agent is supposed to have. Supposed to have. It's a lot of information, man. So I say supposed to. Just make sure you have a competent agent. And once you talk to them, they'll be able to you'll figure out, hey, they know what they're talking about, or nah, man, this ain't it. You want that person to know what they're talking about. But anyway, man. So for me personally, I attended the Academy of Real Estate out here in El Paso, Texas, not too far from the El Paso airport. And man, it was fast, it was rigorous, it was crazy, but I believe I like it at least 60% of the material. I wouldn't say I'm perfect with it. However, it's mandatory. If you want to be a real estate agent, you have to take your classes. I believe it's 180 hours courses. I believe that's what it is, somewhere in there. But basically, it's 6 modules broken up to 6 different individual tests. You got to test out at the end of the week. And then boom, once you finish that, then now you have to wait until you get a background check, fingerprints, and your account is registered with TREC. All that has to be done first. And then you're going to go ahead and take what's called a state and national exam. So in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing, like I said, I only learned about out of all of that, because like I said, it's a week. It's a week from 8 to 5, man. 8 to 4. It's going crazy, man. So what I would say is, look, study in between, waiting for that exam to get done, or taking your exam, and you should be off to the races. But anyway, man, that's what this channel is going to be about. It's going to be one about my journey overall. I'm not going to go too crazy about editing, and I'm just going to push out the material, man. So you're going to hear a lot of you're going to hear a lot of let me think about this, give me a second, because I've learned that that's just slowing me down on pushing out content to you guys. It's slowing me down, and at this point, as I get back into creating content, you guys are going to see better and better footage, and it's going to be cleaner. However, like I said, I just want to get out to you guys as soon as I can, because I believe it's important. Anybody who wants to become a sales agent, realtor, if you want to get into commercial sales, property management, man, we're going to discuss all of that good stuff, but not in that boring, old-fashioned way. Like I'm definitely looking at. I really want to deal with commercials selling. That's what I really want to do. But when I look at that content, man, it looks so old and outdated. And I don't know if that's just because their clients don't want, I don't know, man. I don't want to put some bad information up, but I really believe that it has something to do with just the persona and you overall having to be more discreet than anything. Because commercial, I mean, those are your individuals working in businesses. Those are the ones that are not as flashy and out there. But we have a lot of young people that's out here doing it too. And the game is changing. Game is changing, and I want to bring something new and something more appealing to any potential client that wants to work with me, anybody who's looking into commercial, and like I said, property management as well, man. I like property management. I like finding clients. Well, not even clients. I like finding tenants. I like the vetting process. I love maintaining the properties. Like that's your two jobs as a property manager, man. Maintaining the property and making sure there's pure cash flow for your client. Like those two big things are number one. But anyway, like I said, so that's going to be some of the things I talk about. And of course, I don't want to forget my motivational just film, man, my content to you guys, like just motivating you guys, not hesitating, believing in yourself, and you know what, taking that step. Because there's always going to be somebody in the background telling you what you can't do. It's always going to be that person. But if you can avoid that situation or remove yourself from that and just stay focused on what you want to accomplish, you'll be able to get that done. So anyway, I want to make this video short, sweet, to the point. I'm going to make more videos clean and, more organized for you guys. So you guys are going to definitely enjoy the content moving forward. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace. Let's see. This is what we're talking about. Mike don't know how to close out the thing in the stream. All right, I figured it out. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace.